or say, hey everyone, and a massive welcome to all the PiNetwork pioneers tuning in. I'm Alex, and you've landed on the right channel because today we're diving deep into some news that sent ripples, maybe even waves, through the entire Pi community. Yes, we're talking about the shocking news regarding the unlock of a staggering 102 million Pi coins. Look, I know you're all dedicated. You're tapping that button on your phone every single day, mining Pi, holding on to the hope and vision of this project reaching its potential, getting to open mainnet, and finally seeing real-world utility. We're all eagerly waiting for that next big step. But amidst this anticipation, this news dropped. 102 million Pi coins have apparently been unlocked. Now, the big question on everyone's mind is, what does this actually mean? Is this a good sign for pioneers, or is it something we should be concerned about? What could the potential impact be on the future of PiNetwork? In this video, we're going to break down what we know, explore the possibilities, and discuss what this could mean for you. So, stick around. You won't want to miss this analysis. Okay, first things first, let's clarify what the reports are saying. Based on data surfacing from PiNetwork explorers and community discussions, a significant transaction or series of events has led to approximately 102 million Pi coins being unlocked on the blockchain recently. That's a huge number, folks. 102 million. It's understandable why this has become such a hot topic. People are speculating, theories are flying around. Some are excited, seeing it as progress, while others are a bit confused or even worried. Why might this unlock have happened? Possible reasons. So, the million-dollar question, or rather, the 102 million Pi question, is why? What could be the reasons behind this massive unlock? Now, it's crucial to state up front that until we get a detailed, official statement from the Pi core team clarifying this specific event, much of this remains informed speculation. But let's explore the most plausible possibilities. Mainnet migration in progress. This is perhaps the most logical and hoped-for explanation. The unlock could represent the Pi coins belonging to pioneers who have successfully passed their KYC, Know Your Customer verification, and are undergoing the mainnet migration process. As you know, your mined Pi needs to be transferred to the mainnet blockchain after KYC. This unlock could simply be a large batch of verified Pioneer balances being prepared or moved to their mainnet wallets. If this is the case, it's a very positive sign that migration is scaling up. Vesting schedules/team or ecosystem funds. It's common in crypto projects for a portion of the total supply to be allocated to the founding team, early contributors, or for future ecosystem development. These funds are often locked for a certain period, vesting. This unlock could potentially be related to a predetermined vesting schedule, where a chunk of these locked funds has now become available as per the project's roadmap or agreements. System testing and infrastructure. Preparation, with open mainnet being the ultimate goal. The core team needs to ensure the network is robust, secure, and scalable. Unlocking and potentially moving such a large volume of coins could be part of large-scale testing, stress testing the system, checking transaction throughput, or preparing infrastructure for handling massive migrations or future operations. Specific programs or allocations. Less likely perhaps, but it could be tied to specific Pi platform programs, developer rewards, or other ecosystem initiatives that require the allocation or movement of a large number of coins. Details of such programs might not always be public immediately. But again, let me stress, without official confirmation from the core team, these are educated guesses based on how blockchain projects typically operate. We need to wait for their word for definitive answers. What's the potential impact on pioneers? Should you worry? All right, let's get to the core concern for most of us. What does this mean for the average pioneer like you and me? Is this cause for alarm? Here's the critical point. Unlocked doesn't automatically mean dumped on the market. It's vital to understand this distinction. If these coins belong to migrated pioneers, many of them will likely be subject to the lockup mechanism PiNetwork has designed, where only a portion of the migrated balance is immediately available, and the rest unlocks gradually over time. This is designed specifically to prevent a sudden flood of supply hitting the market, if and when trading becomes possible in open mainnet. However, looking purely at market dynamics for the future, when open mainnet allows trading, a large increase in the circulating supply can potentially put downward pressure on price. That's basic supply and demand economics. Here's the critical point. Unlocked doesn't automatically mean dumped on the market. It's vital to understand this distinction. If these coins belong to migrated pioneers, many of them will likely be subject to the lockup mechanism PiNetwork has designed, where only a portion of the migrated balance is immediately available, and the rest unlocks gradually over time. This is designed specifically to prevent a sudden flood of supply hitting the market if and when trading becomes possible in open mainnet. However, looking purely at market dynamics for the future when open mainnet allows trading, a large increase in the circulating supply can potentially put downward pressure on price. That's basic supply and demand economics. But don't panic. Here's why. Gradual release and lockups. Pi's built-in lockup mechanism is designed to mitigate sudden supply shocks. Utility is the real driver. The long-term value of Pi won't be determined just by supply, but by its utility. Can you use it to buy goods and services? Is there a thriving ecosystem? If utility grows, demand grows, which can balance or outweigh supply increases. Long-term vision. Pi has always been positioned as a long-term project. Focusing too much on short-term events like this might miss the bigger picture. Adoption and ecosystem building are key. So, what's the best approach for pioneers right now? Stay calm and informed. Don't jump to conclusions based on rumors. Follow official PiNetwork channels, the app, official website, verified social media for accurate information. Focus on your checklist. If you haven't already, complete your KYC and your mainnet checklist items. This is the most important step you can take to get your Pi ready. Contribute to utility. If you're a developer, entrepreneur, or have ideas, think about how you can contribute to building the Pi ecosystem. More utility equals more value for everyone. Be vigilant against scams. Times of big news or uncertainty are when scammers get active. Be wary of fake offers, phishing links, or anyone asking for your private keys or passphrase. Trust only official sources. So that's the breakdown of the 102 million Pi coin unlock news and our analysis. I'm really curious to hear what you think about this. Do you see this as a positive step towards mainnet, or does it raise concerns for you? What's your theory? Drop your thoughts, opinions, and any insights you have in the comment section below. Let's have a constructive discussion as a community. Your perspective matters. And hey, if you found this video helpful and informative, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Share this video with your fellow pioneers so they can stay informed too. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future PiNetwork updates and crypto news. Okay, that's all for today's update. Remember, knowledge is power in the crypto space. Stay informed, stay positive, stay patient, and keep tapping that button. I'll catch you in the next video with more updates. Until then, take care, everyone.